Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today, we are playing Nekroz, but I'm going to rewind just a little bit just to say that I ran a poll on my Facebook, and it was between Cleefort Monarch and Nekroz. Now, Nekroz won by exactly one vote. I felt that that was just phenomenal how it was going back and forth. Nekroz had the lead, Cleefort was catching up, but one thing I would like to point out is if you guys would like to see or dictate what the Cali Effect plays on Wednesdays, then adding me on Facebook just might be one step closer to seeing what the Cali Effect plays. I will be playing Cleefort Monarch a little later, definitely not right now, and hopefully you guys will get to see the awesomeness of Cleefort Monarch, and you know, hopefully the ban list isn't like drop and kill the deck before I even get to display it. But nevertheless, if you haven't added me on Facebook, you might want to. You can also buy the cheapest cards online from your favorite YouTuber, and that would be you know, a pretty big way to start. I'm going to be playing Nekroz, as I said before, and we're going to be playing against Fire Kings. And before I actually start talking about you know, the play-by-play, this deck has went through so much with Unicorn to 1, Brio to 1, and you know, Preparation of Rights to 1. This deck is a lot different than the older version of it was. As you guys can see, I'm actually playing Nekroz of Cataster, and I actually thought the card was like complete trash until I realized that level 5 monsters are probably pretty good in here when you're trying to summon Nekroz of Trishula, but that's beside the point. This deck has, like I said, they're going through a revolution, and it's a different type of deck. It's not the exact same deck that you guys have go to love and or I've grown to hate, because I don't really know too many people that loved playing against Nekroz. I'm going to summon Manju, and that's going to add Trish, and we're still going to make the most powerful card in the game, or in the deck, by summoning Trishula, by banishing Exa this time, and Manju, or tributing Exa and Manju. That Trish is going to allow me to not only banish 2 of his Garuniks, but as well a card in his hand, and then search cards. I'm going to then use Nekroz of Cataster to special summon Exa. We're going to swing for some more damage, because that's just the type of shit the Cali Effect does. Yeah, you guys like that. You like my product. Swinging for maximum damage, but I think the best thing is that I cripple my opponent's resources, preventing him from doing the Garunik Sloop, and you know, just allowing me to keep my strong monsters on my side of the field. I kind of like to do that. That's going to be pretty much game against this guy. Cali Effect, what are you doing? Yeah, go ahead and attack for all that damage. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Why didn't I summon and go for game? What am I thinking? That wasn't game? Cali Effect, you smoking. Just stop lollygagging and finish the game, alright? The very next game, I'm actually going to describe some of the strengths and weaknesses of the deck. I'm not going to say this is the most searchable deck of all time anymore. Well, why? Because all of our searchers are limited. It's kind of hard to say, you know, you're the best searcher deck when all your searchers are limited. But this deck can still go through quite a few cards, searching for the cards that you need to summon. As you guys can see, I'm going to go into one of the premier plays, one of the plays that Nekroz used to do, and I accidentally clicked the Herald of Arclight. I was just trying to read it. I'm going to shuffle it into my deck. But Daigusto Emerald used to be, you know, summoning your monsters, getting off your resources, and it just used to be search cards and then draw at the end of your turn. More often than not, you were actually able to summon more cards than I normally was able to. But since, you know, Unicorns have 1, it doesn't necessarily kill off the idea. It's still pretty decent to start off with, but it doesn't really help that much either. I'm going to be playing against Mermails, and this guy just opened the nuts. I expected, you know, his a Prince to be like his only combo, like supposed to be his only play, but then I forgot he sent Dragoons with it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna go ahead and maxi him, and he's gonna Mullen Glacier both my Volks. Oh my god, how? Both of them. This isn't even fun anymore. He's gonna swing for some really good damage, and I feel that anytime you drop a Mullen Glacier when your opponent maxes, then yeah, I mean, you kind of pay for yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the effects of one of the Letgo's Kaleidoscope to add Nekroz Mirror, and as you guys can see, it probably is the best Nekroz spell card that we have in our arsenal. And Trish is gonna get summoned yet again. Trish for days! I'm sorry, I just like summoning Trish on people. It reminds me of, like, you know, back when I used to summon Trish on people. With that, we're going to move the Mullen Glacier, remove the Dragoons, and then a card from his hand. And like I said, anytime you can still Trish somebody, it still is crippling as it was before, when this deck was, you know, the hottest thing since sliced bread. I really don't see anything else I'm gonna go to, so I'm gonna go ahead and enter battle. Pretty sure his face down card is a Sphere, so I'm gonna attack with the Trish, and then I'm gonna attack with the Manju. He's gonna activate Sphere to special summon Lin, and I'm gonna go into main phase 2. Of course, I'm not gonna continue my attack. That doesn't sound really smart. Unfortunately, for some reason, I didn't play Dweller, so I'm gonna go ahead and Castell instead. I don't know why I didn't play Dweller. I'm just one of those weird cats. We're going to detach 2, put it to the deck, and that's going to be pretty much game. Can't really play Mermills with only 2 cards and no Dragoons in Graveyard. This time around, we're going to be playing against normal Pendulums. And like I said, this deck's main objective, well, I guess you could say it is the Trish, because I'm telling you guys, Trish is almost a win condition. Being able to banish a card on the field, hand, and Graveyard is still... it's still really good. So anytime you guys can Trish somebody, whether it's with this blue Nekroz deck or with the Synchro, more often than not, you're probably still going to win the game. He's going to go ahead and make Stillstorm Roach, and unfortunately for him, Stillstorm Roach only stops the summons of monsters not summoned through card effects. So I'm going to go ahead and summon this Volk right here. Yeah, through a spell card, so you can't really stop it with your Stillstorm Roach. And then I'm going to activate another lovely addition that I feel is pivotal to the deck, which is Nekroz of Gungnir. And what Gungnir does is that you can discard it, target one, and prevent it from being destroyed. That's not good, or that's not only good, the second effect that Gungnir has is pretty dope too. While it's on the field, I can discard 1 card to destroy 1 card on the field. So yeah, I felt that Gungnir has definitely deserved a bigger place in this deck, a bigger role, just because of its effects are really good. It's synergistic with the deck. It's not that hard to summon, and it's like a 6 Volk for decks that like to destroy your cards before they go into plays. So I mean, it's just like every deck likes to do that. I don't really understand what deck doesn't like to do that. So like I was saying before, Gungnir did receive a bigger role. Nekroz of Catastor and the Exa monster received a bigger role just because, you kind of need better tribute monsters to play. And most importantly, we still do play Nekroz like how it's supposed to be played. It's just now we're playing Trish like at 2 because Trishing an opponent is important, guys. We're going to activate the Mirror again, and I'm going to summon Trish on him again. This, I swear, this has to suck. Like, and if I didn't activate the guy that I run 3 of, the Spellcaster, which we actually do have to play multiple copies of him too, it would have been pretty nasty. I'm going to banish a Scale, a card from his hand, then a card from his graveyard. I don't think the other 2 really matter, but I just did that to him. Yeah, take that. And now we're going to swing for this max damage. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to say is that I could have actually just traded these 2 off for the Volk, drew 2 cards, and then searched for another Volk or Gungnir, but I don't know. I shouldn't have activated the Great Sorcerer's effect. That's just basically, it is what it is right there. So let's go ahead and shuffle those 3 cards, draw a card, and like I said, there could have been a better play with all of that, but the Kali effect decided to just be weird. Also, I probably should have got rid of that Heart of Underdog. It's probably going to have a pretty good amount of cards, and it is going to pinch summon, but it doesn't really matter. I have Effect Veiler, Gungnir in hand, and I still have so many unlimited moves to still make recoveries like Nekroz should. This deck is still pretty good, and like I said, it's one of those fun decks to play. I'm so glad that you guys have something to nostalgically see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get 200 likes for the deck profile. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy.